Nothing matters in national security and foreign policy more than judgment, because nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what crisis is going to erupt over the next 4 years. And I got to be honest with you, my entire adult life has been shaped by presidents who threw Americans into unwise wars and then failed to win them. And if we're being honest, it wasn't just Democrats, it was sometimes Republicans too. And what did Donald Trump do? He stood up to the chicken hawks. He bucked the foreign policy establishment. Even sometimes he resisted pressure from within his own party. In President Trump's 4 years in office, we had 0 new wars. We had peace all over the world when Donald J. Trump was president. In the Middle East, he brokered the Abraham Accords, brought stability, and created a long-term balance to Iran. In Europe, he pushed the Europeans to take more responsibility for their own defense so the United States would not have to pay for a bunch of freeloaders. We ought to focus on our own security, not subsidize European welfare. They can take care of themselves. And never forget, as much as the Democrats said that Donald Trump was somehow on the side of Russia, the only president of the last 20 years who had Russia not invade a neighbor was the presidency of Donald J. Trump. He kept Russia in check. He's the only president of our lives to do it. Under Kamala Harris, Putin invaded Ukraine. But under Donald Trump, Putin didn't do a damn thing, and that's because of strong leadership. People respected him. And that's, by the way, my friends, why we were able to defend our own border, is because Donald Trump didn't have us distracted by fighting wars that we had no business being involved in. We got to focus on our own border right here at home. That is the Donald Trump principle, and that's what we're going to bring back to the White House. It's funny, all these people said that he was going to start a nuclear war, but President Trump knew more about diplomacy than any president of the last 40 years. In Asia, he opened diplomatic talks with North Korea after a half-century of stagnation. And you remember when he went to North Korea, he met with Kim Jong-un, the leader of that country. And if you know anything about Kim Jong-un, well, how do I say this politely? Kim Jong-un doesn't miss a whole lot of meals, okay, my friends? And Trump stands there with the media and Kim Jong-un. You remember this? I'd encourage you to go look it up. And he brings the media in and he says, all right, everybody, take some photos of us, make us look nice, make us look skinny. And Kim Jong-un sat up like that. It means something to have a president who's not afraid to go into hostile territories, tell a few jokes, and actually engage in diplomacy. That preserves peace. While all these Democrats lied about Donald Trump being the candidate of nuclear war, Donald Trump is the person who prevented nuclear war. And if we're not careful, Kamala Harris is going to walk us right into nuclear war. We got to kick her out and not give her a promotion to President of the United States.